My name is Ana Norambuena. And the question who I am is for me not that interesting. A question that is more interesting for me is what I am or what I do become every single time I am in a different space. And the internal distinction for me is not about me anymore. So it is about the space and what I am become in that space. So what I would say I feel right now, what I am, it is I'm a giant incubator of Ontri. And my challenge is to not be limited by my beliefs about who am I in order to become this incubator and to keep the energy. Because I have noticed that I can become this incubator and then it dissolves. And I can become again and then dissolves. So my challenge is to move enough energy through me that the incubator unfolds to become something else then. What I don't know what it is. But this is where I am right now. There is a part of me that so completely refuses to believe what your beliefs about yourself tell me who you are or what you are. It's a part of me that refuses the convincing of your survival mechanism. And I want to navigate in meeting who you are, with your survival mechanism, with your belief system, with your underworld, but you. And the space in me to say yes to who you are is not filtering. It's not filtering what you should or you shouldn't. But I'm pretty much interested in meeting you and in be with you and not with your survival mechanism. Sometimes I am very uncomfortable. Sometimes it's also not easy. I think being real is not easy because we in this, because in modern culture we have been trained to be in a safe space of not growing somehow. Modern culture is so based on not feeling pain. And pain is such a human experience. It's impossible not to feel pain. And it's even helpful because it helps to orientate in life, that if you put your hand on the stove and the stove is on, you will burn your hand. This is pain. It's feedback from the universe in form of pain on the physical body. But if I would not feel it, I will get burned. I will lose my hand, maybe. I don't know why I'm saying that now. Yeah. I think joy is one of the most damaged feelings and experiences in modern culture, because it's so much connected with comfort and happiness and a pink life, or a comfortable life, a problem free life, a fear free life. And I don't think this is real. I think this is this big fantasy modern culture wants to hypnotize us. I was speaking the other day with a friend. I was speaking the other day with trainers, actually. I was speaking the other days with people, and one of them say, I'm not interested to be in contact with your human part. You know, it was said to another person, and then I reflected this in me. So do I want to be in contact with your human part? And I do. I do want, because I experience human beings with an extraordinary potential, and the dogmatism and the hypnosis that modern culture applies from very early on and over generations limits this extraordinary capacity of human beings of unfold this potential, this capacity, this love, this, you know, this, all these forces flowing through humans, that we are able to create war on this planet or life. We can distract, you can destroy everything, we can put an end on this life, or we can unfold things that were never there before. We can invent, we can extract from maybe, I don't know, other dimensions, fields, you know, I have no idea, but to bring us here on this world and to make it visible. I truly believe we are in this position of channel the forces that create death and create life, and we are there. We are the gate. So how could I not want to meet you? I think what is important for me is to not get distracted with what is the story of your limitation. There is so easy to get identified with the limitations. You know, I cannot do this, I am this person, I'm not that person. And this is a story that we are repeating over and over again. I am this, I'm not that. But so if we don't get distracted with these stories that we keep repeating, you know, what happens then? What happens then if the ceiling or the walls, they are the limitations, they dissolve. They are not there anymore. What is possible between you and me right now when it's no belief, it's no limitation about our connection? I mean, imagine what we could collaborate just now, what could we unfold here. It is limitless. It is huge. And we can also come here and create war. And we can also come here and create destruction. I found this pretty powerful. There is something like a contradiction about the human being's potential and the, you know, the extraordinary spaces. And this is that the contradiction about humans are just so little and insignificant. Like if you look at the whole universe, being a human being is so insignificant. And at the same, everything that happens on this world cannot happen without you. So if you do it, it's because of you. Right? There are forces working through you, yes, but without you, it would not happen. It's a human. every single time you are convinced about something, this is true, right? Then in the moment you create reality for yourself. This is what works in you then, is this reality you build that is almost pin. It is every time it's like draw. It is what is the name? A reality that is projected from these conventions, from these assumptions, from these beliefs. So I believe this is reality, and this is what I build. I build the limitations. I build the ceiling. I build the ground. This is how can I move, and these are the rooms I also visit. I visit this room over and over again. I visit this room over and over again. I cannot even believe something else could be could be on the world. This tendency of human beings to want to have a solid reality. This is how it is. Also in possibility management, this is how a possibilitator should be. Serious, centered, adult, speaking in a certain way, and also speaking with big words is how a possibilitator should be. So this is how I adapt, right? So I think it's also in possibility management available. The survival use everything, including possibility management. Possibility management is a thoughtware that creates distinctions, or that carries distinctions that support the moving in this world in a radical, responsible way. But it's not that because you are using the thoughtware that's it. There's nothing else to do. So I think Gremlin will take everything, absolutely everything, to weaponize life. Well, like seriously, I did not want to come to New Zealand. I refused. I got this information when my partner in that time, he was in Portugal on a lab, and I was in Germany. And I got this information so clearly. I need to go to New Zealand, live in a community, in nature, in the middle of nowhere. And I did not like that information. So when my partner came back and I said, I really need to tell you something. And he said, I also really need to tell you something. And I said, okay, I go first. And I say, we need to go to New Zealand, live in a community, middle in nature. And he said, Anna, I have the same information. We need to go to New Zealand, live in a community in the middle of nowhere, in nature. And I said, oh no. Oh, I did not want it because I was in New Zealand already, and the culture here was nothing really inviting to me. So I tried to fake it. I got this information from Echo and I tried to fake it. I tried to manipulate that and say, okay, we can live in community, we can live in nature, but maybe in Europe, not in New Zealand. Maybe let's go and visit communities in Italy or in Spain, in Germany, and see what fits. So we tried for a while, and it was very clear that it is not what Echo says. So this really radical relying on the information of Echo that takes me, from my shits and move me all around the world and just drop me into another place. This was what we did, without believing that here could be something. And we land in a community, midden in nature, and in New Zealand. And I did not get why this move was necessary for me. The first 2 years were just hell. They were terrible. I think I wouldn't have survived if I wouldn't have had colleagues, trainers from possibility management supporting me in this process. And Thomas Schmidt and Clinton Callahan were the people that were really by my side during this time, having calls and, kicking my butt. So it was a terrible thing to go through, big liquid state. and so necessary for my own evolution that I can, I can see now. So I think this is the difference about trusting echo as going, even though it feels terrible, and letting the liquid state move me and, pull me to the side and contract me again and upside down, and all these movements, they are so difficult to get with the mind, and my mind did not get this at all.
And then?
and then this decision was made about starting possibility management in New Zealand. And Tristan Goodwood and Julia Neumann and me, we were the first 3 cell in New Zealand that started to organize an EDB. So we invited Georg Pollitt for an ETB, for a training, for an Expand the Box training. And then the ball started rolling. Not long after I did my practice ETB, and I started deliver Expand the Box trainings, and the pain that I went through, this liquid state of arriving in New Zealand and leaving my comfortable home in Germany, because everything was so perfect, right? In Germany was everything perfect. There was no reason to come to New Zealand. Even the opposite, I had so many reasons to not come to New Zealand. And then this gap open. It is like life just opens like that for me to go through. And I took the challenges of going for, of me being an Expand the Box trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And after delivering my practice ETB, then Clinton told me to deliver 12 ETBs in a year, and I did it in a COVID time. And my English was very bad. I did not speak good English, like really much worse than I speak now. And I had little children, and New Zealand was not a home. I did not have people here. I did not know anyone. So I start to make my circle from zero. But I remember the first Rage Club I held, I couldn't really speak English. So I was speaking English like that, with those, not with those, with those, very non-linear. And this increased in me the commitment for collaboration. This increased in me the commitment about, I will be by your side. I will be by your side when you go through this, liquid state of who are you? What are you? What are you here for? And what is in the way? I will definitely not do it for you, because no one can do this for you. And I want to be with you. I want you to succeed. So, let's go. Let's work on this. Let's start building things. And it is the most incredible thing that has happened in my life. There is really, it is so alive. So the village here in New Zealand started to build. People started to come together and wanting to do more things together, not just trainings, and experimenting together, researching together, celebrating together, cooking together, watching movies together, going for a walk. And the energetic field started to grow, these like golden threads coming through every single people who was adding themselves into the village. The questions, the impulses, the actions, the words, the beings, the non-material value, the archetypal lineages going through. And this is how Ontri emerged. About now that we have created this energetic life, this energetic reality, we are missing the physical reality. This is where really, how do you say it in English? Something like the rubber hit the road, or the, like when the reality is palpable. Yeah. And this is I was looking out of my house in that one night, and really I was so angry about something, and I did not know why I'm so angry. And it was very dark. It was a very dark night. Why I'm so angry? And then I realized I'm so angry because there is a part of my life to live in integrity that I'm not living, and this is to dissolve the life of being a nuclear family, living in my house with my children, with my washing machine, with my food, and to amplify that, to actually dissolve that, and so that something else can happen. And I realized, okay, something else needs to happen. I want to live with other people, and I don't want to live with other people in a rich house for a certain period of time. I want to live there. I want to go there as I would never return, no matter if I'm then doing something else. But with this commitment, as I would never return, I want to go there and meet you and go through this dense space of the survival mechanisms and the excuses and the justifications, so that we can really meet. And also to celebrate these little big things, like the joy of working in the garden together, or the joy of celebrating, or the silence in a space with everyone sitting, or like there are so many things to enjoy in life. So why would I do this just myself? It does not make any sense for me. Nada. It does not make any sense to say that I am living archiarchy and I live alone in my house. This is so the pain of this realization really sick into my system through a few days. And I was so scared to start and say, I actually want this to be more than just a 2 persons with family, project. This is a bigger experiment. We are ready to go and experiment about that. We are ready to make it happen and to see what unfolds from there. And I'm scared, but I'm also very glad, and I am very angry as well. I really want this to happen. It is like a side effect, or it's a consequence of creating these golden threads, these webs, this networking, this village weaving. It's a natural consequence now to make it visible. My biggest fear of starting Ontry, going into Ontry, let it unfold. My fear is about you will choose to believe your limitations, and I will choose to believe my limitations. I think my biggest fear is that in some way, in some point, the survival mechanism will sneak in a way that we will believe the limitation, and we will not be there for each other. So this is one fear, but it's like manageable. I feel other fear level, and this is the fear of the magnitude of this project, the magnitude of what Ontry can actually move. And this is the fear of human potential. So when I when I touch into this fear about myself, it is the fear. I feel fear of the magnitude, the level of energy that can work through me. And I feel fear because I cannot, when I have not been there yet, I have no reference point. So a part of me is scared of this expansion because it is unknown. And adding this potential with your potential and with their potential, it becomes is what I want to explore. Because I have seen this unfolding. I have seen this so many times unfoldings in trainings. And I am interested to go beyond the training. I am interested to go beyond the 5 days. What happens then when it's every single day the possibility to be with each other in this unfolding of potential, in this, fertilizing each other into this, blowing each other's wings into, imagine. I don't know. I cannot imagine because I wasn't there yet. That's why I want to do it.
If you would be already there, like
then will be something else on knocking on my door.
Yes.
Yeah. There is something else about Ontri that in this, like microcosmos of Ontri, is the possibility of so many real-time explorations and real possibilities of doing something different. Like we have parents. So another way of parenthood. How does it go to parent children? There is the possibility for older people, because there are also older people in Ontri, to review, revisit, delete, and invent completely new. What does it mean to be an older person? What about the retirement? Do you work your whole life to then, with 60 or 65, depending where you live, to do nothing? So do you want to become 65 and do nothing? Watch movies, television, maybe not even good movies. To sit on the veranda, have drinks, talk about the last restaurant you went, or like killing time and entertaining yourself because the days are so long. This is another field of evolution that we can explore with each other. How is that? What do you become instead of retire? What do you become instead of becoming a retirement owner person? Well, I am pretty much excited about this real-time possibilities to research. And there are many in Ontri. There are many because people are bringing those things on the table, what they really care about. So it's exciting. I was just getting warm. Like I just warmed up, and now I could start the conversation.